Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Christopher Aaron. This is a special silver breakout alert. It is happening. Silver was up $2 over the last 2 days to close above $38 in USD. That is a 14-year high. Silver has not been this high since July of 2011, and I lived through that peak. And so there is a lot of analysis to talk about how silver is going to behave as it claws its way through the 40s and then eventually toward $50 per ounce, which is the 1980 and the 2011 all-time high. This could move a lot quicker than most people are thinking now because silver is really breaking out. Let's analyze it in the most clear way possible based on the charts. All right, let's go. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube. Otherwise, you'll miss out. If you have a quick second to give it a thumbs up, very much appreciate that. Last but not least, make sure you're following us on X or Twitter at iGlobalGold because some weeks I don't have a chance to post here on YouTube, but I often post quicker updates for free on X. All right, let's get into this silver price breakout alert, the legal disclaimer. And we go. Here's silver the last 3 years. Now, this has been a very nice move this week. Silver up over $2 in 2 days. 14-year high. You can see it's cleared all the resistance from the last few years. However, is it going to keep moving like this? Is it going to keep moving higher by $2 every couple days? If so, we'll be up at 50 in the next couple weeks. Here's where I think you need to be a little bit careful on what you should focus on. So first of all, follow with me and notice that if we just look at where the sellers are showing up here, this goes back to when silver was $17 per ounce in 2022. If we look at where the sellers are showing up here every couple of months and we just annotate that and we look, okay, wow, isn't this incredible? Isn't this incredible that they're showing up along a determined trend, those sellers every couple of months? Okay, look, this was a nice move, but can you see that we're getting close to this level where for the last 3 years, the sellers have showed up every time? So we need to be a little bit careful here. We have to side with the visible evidence until proven otherwise. The necessity is always on the market to prove to us that it's going to do something other than what we see in the data here. So right now, if we were to define the level where I will expect the sellers to show up, it is going to be at $39.10. I mean, that could be hit Sunday night, that could be hit Monday or Tuesday of this next week coming up. So be very careful here. Be very careful. Now, what I expect is that there'll be a little bit more on Monday and then more of a consolidation, let's call it into the second half of the summer, kind of similar to what we saw here over the last month and a half before this breakout. And then we will continue to claw our way higher in a wave-like fashion as we've done here for the last 3 years, with those sellers showing up every couple months, leading us eventually toward $50 per ounce. Now, if you think that is a little bit boring, I want to show you what happened here in this last consolidation, the one in blue over the last 6 weeks, because if this is what's getting ready to happen again after we get to $39, here's where I'm telling you guys there are still incredible opportunities. Take a look at this. We're zoomed in right now on this blue box. Let's back up. This little consolidation that just broke out, right? If this happens again in the blue box, when silver bullion moved higher by 14%, one of our silver mining companies was higher by 115%. Think about this. If you feel like you missed the move or you feel like it might be a little boring here as silver grinds its way up through the 40s, What if this company doubles again? And I'm going to tell you, I'm not giving this name away for free. This is reserved for our premium subscribers. But it's not just this company. We have a total of 10 different companies that we are investing in. Others have doubled just like this. And I think others are getting ready to double. So if you think, well, silver maybe has another 14, 15% coming here over the next few months, I think these companies are going to double again and then double again. And this is just over the course of the last 6 weeks. This is what can happen with these silver miners that are so undervalued compared to where they should be at today's silver prices. They can play catch up rapidly. So I think silver has resistance above $39 per ounce. If you would like access to that discussion or our Silver Miner X that already moved higher by 115% in the last consolidation, you've got to get into these companies now. If you wait until silver is up in the 40s, closer to $50 per ounce, it's going to be too late. Make sure to subscribe to our Premium Precious Metals Intelligence Plus. That's where you get access to all of our silver mining companies, including the analysis on what is going to happen to silver after it hits $50 per ounce. If you are a higher net worth investor, you have to understand the power of our private placements. We should be having another private placement coming up within the next couple of months. That's where you get nearly twice as much upside as this. Can you believe it? Can you imagine doubling this upside because you get the free warrants in addition to every investment that we make? If you would like to sit down and discuss your positions in either silver bullion or your silver mining company picks, I am happy to sit down with you. You can book a consultation right on our website. We sit down, and remember, I'm not being paid anything from any of the bullion dealerships, any of the silver mining companies. I am 100% independent and dedicated toward assisting individual investors. That is my business model, is different from many business models around there. So remember, silver has the resistance above $39 per ounce. I expect that it's going to consolidate for another couple of months after that point. And that would actually be great because it would give a chance for a lot of the other silver miners to have these types of catch-up effects. Make sure that you are positioned.